Okay. Okay, so if there's too much noise in the background, they're having a party here of some sort. I went away for dinner and I come back and it's crowded with people drinking and having more fun than they ought to in a boatyard. Anyway, so here is the tack shackle. Right, the mast is laid on its side. So to my left, camera's left, is the base of the mast, and to the right is the top of the mast. Only it's a long ways away. I've got a tape measure here, but I only have two hands and a cell phone camera, so I don't know how well this is gonna go. Okay, so I got it juggled. So there's my tape measure. Like I say, tack shackle, blah blah blah. Here we got about 3 inches to the bottom of the sail of the, your strong track sail track. Okay, just 3 inches from the bearing surface of the tack shackle to the bottom of the sail track. 3 inches. If you look at the end of the sail track, it looks a lot uglier on the video, but you can see you can see here that it's got the channel is still cut for the stainless sail track all the way here to the end. Nothing's been cut away. I noticed on your website you have something about tabs or flaps or something like that. There's no flap here. Nothing's been cut away. It's just milled all the way to the end. Now before I told you that the stainless steel sail track was 7/16 of an inch in from the end. Like I said, it was about here, 7/16 in. That was wrong. The light was too bright and I couldn't see, but I think I was probably measuring to that screw. Sorry. So I'm not sure where the stainless track ends, but I'm not sure it matters because, like I say, it's milled all the way here to the end. And also, I think it's, my cars, they got to be able to, pull sideways on it all the way down here. So I think the track can't be too far up. I just don't see any point in milling away anything here. I don't really want anything milled away here. See, oh yeah, there's the hole for that. You got your little cap that goes on the end. I think my cap is 2 inches and that hole's right in the middle. Anyway, so, although a new cap, you can put the hole wherever you want. If this is bouncing around, I'm sorry, I'm not a videographer. Anyway, so if you look, this is full height. There's nothing milled away, and for the whole almost 60 feet, it's exactly the same. Nothing has been milled away for a flap or whatever you call it, right? Now, if you look, you see this pad, this raised area on the mast. You're not allowed to screw into a Nonsuch mast in the lower 7 feet of it from the deck, and so they actually stick this. They actually stick this aluminum pad on. So the stainless steel sail track. God, I'm glad you guys make plastic ones. The stainless sail track. The screws are. The holes are drilled in this pad, and they're tapped, and the screws are screwed into the pad, but they don't go into the mast. They only go into the pad. And so this pad goes, like all the way down. Well, it goes way past here. But there's stainless sail track. It's got to be down to here anyway. In fact, if you look, there's a little bit of a warble right here. I'll bet you the stainless steel sail track ends right about there. If it doesn't go all the way, it ends right there. Anyway, like I say, there's no cutaway here at all, and I don't really see any need to. It sits really nice, flush all the way. See how it's flush all the way? It sits really nice. I really like how it sits on here. So I don't really want anything milled away. These 5 screws, there's actually, I showed you 1 screw, there's actually 5 screws. And I can, if I have the sail track, if I have your sail track but not without any holes in it, I can match these screw holes exactly and put the screws back in, same ones, or I'll probably put new ones in, of course, identical. But see, so if I seemed frustrated earlier, I'm really sorry. It was loud, my feet hurt, I'm really old, and I'm not up to this. So, I apologize if I was hard to deal with, but you see, I mean, I just really like how this is, and I don't want anything milled away. I like it the way it is. It'll fit on the sail track wherever regardless where the sail track will ends, I can deal with this. I've been, I'm an engineer. I've been fixing and making and designing things all my life. I promise I can deal with this if I just have the right length of sail track. Okay, so then earlier today we measured from the butt end of your sail track, the end we were just looking at, moving right along. It's a long mast, I'm sorry, and I'm slow. Anyway, so we measured to this point, and we got 50 feet and 7 inches, and I'll confirm that because I wrote it down. And I wanted sorry, my camera, I'm not a videographer. 50 foot 7 inches right to here, right to here. I wanted an extra inch. You need to leave something for expansion, but I think this is getting pretty close to the top of the mast. So if you think, let me put my tape measure up there. It's going to jiggle around even worse than usual. Okay, so you see right now it looks like 3 7/8. There's 3 7/8 inches of the. If you hear this guy blathering about sandwiches, I'm hoping he'll stop soon. Okay, has he stopped? Okay, so back to what we were doing. Okay, so right now with my old sail track, there's if I can hold it straight, it's 3 7/8 inches of room for expansion. And if you want to go with that, I'm okay with that. If you want to add 1 more inch, I'm fine with that. Because I don't know exactly how much room there is is needed for expansion. Right now, the temperature here is probably 68, I think, probably 68 degrees, and a really hot day here in San Diego might get to 100. So yeah, it's really rare, but obviously it only takes once. So you would know about that. If 50 foot 7 inches is right, then that's what I would be happy with. The 50 foot 8 inches will work, and still, I don't know how much it expands. That's your thing. So then, my thumb keeps getting in there. So here's the upper end. It's just been sort of filed off. You can do that. I can do that. I don't really care. I don't mind. Hopefully you'll put the pin in. You see that pin? It keeps it from going off the top, I presume. Right? So, and then I'm trying to get the best look. I'm going to go around the other side. Okay, so that's the best look I can get at where the sail track goes in, the stainless sail track goes in. looks the same on the top as it does on the bottom to me. Moving around. So